Hey guys, so I'm back here again. I know I've posted a few videos, but I wanted to kind of get in the routine here because every weekend I usually do for myself. I've been doing sort of a reading regarding the next week, stuff like that. But I think I kind of want to. So for each month, I'm going to post an overall, like, in-depth of the divine masculine for that particular month, and then a different video regarding the divine feminine for that month, and then also probably some messages. So I already did a few videos regarding sort of like messages that I've been channeling, but I haven't really done an in-depth for the divine masculine or feminine in the 3D. So kind of like, what are they experiencing right now? What divine feminines am I channeling regarding how are they manifesting their stuff right now in the 3D world? So that's what I'm going to do. Just because it's the beginning of the month, I'm going to start with that. So I'm going to do the divine masculine, and then I'm going to do the divine feminine, and then we'll kind of just do that every month, and I'll kind of just have the energy for both of them at the start of each month. I think that's what I'm going to do. Maybe I'll do a weekly thing, but we'll see. So I have a spread for this, and I'll tell you like kind of how it is when I do it, but it's going to consist of, and I'll pull clarifiers for them, but it's going to be mainly the divine masculine's current energy regarding like where is he at right now in the union. And most of this is going to be in the 3D. So, and then sort of his past. So where is he coming from into this new month? Where is he actually at right now? So, sort of in the middle, where is he going? And then I'm going to also ask about obstacles he's facing, outside influences, and then his feelings right now for the divine feminine, and how he also sees the divine feminine. So how is he actually seeing her for this current month? So I'm just going to get right into it. I'm going to just pull the cards first. I'm going to do 8 cards, so each one will mean a different thing for the spread, and I'll tell you as I do it. So, and I cleanse the space. I had everything ready for this. I have this here for clarity. This is my clear quartz. So this is definitely going to bring us some clarity. Universe, spirit guides, please bring us messages regarding the divine masculine's headspace, heart space, obstacles, feelings, energy regarding January 2018. So where is he at right now? Okay, so I'm going to pull 8 of these first, just from the top. Divine Masculine 2018. So my 8-card spread here. What's he bringing into January? It's probably a little stronger because it's the new moon, or excuse me, the full moon, and the new year. Shuffle. Whoa, that is not jumping out at me. Okay. Cards want to come out today. Okay. Four. And then I'm just going to clarify. Pull 8 of these as well. So, what is going on? Divine Masculine 2018. month of January? Where are you coming from? Where are you going? What are your feelings? What is going on? Crazy little head. And then, like I said, I'll just pull clarifications as I go along. So the first card is going to be the energy. What overall energy is embodying the Divine Masculine at this point? So sort of where is he at in his journey? What's going on? So immediately we get the Two of Pentacles. So this is the card of balance. As we know, he's trying to balance a bunch of stuff. He's juggling here different things in the physical world and also in the spiritual world. So he's learning new things in the spiritual world. He's beginning to see things new that are occurring to him. He's receiving signs and stuff that is making him a little, kind of question what's going on. And again, it's making him, he's trying to keep it afloat. He's trying to kind of keep things level. So he doesn't want to get too lost in his mind, but he doesn't want to get too lost either in this kind of fantasy world. So he's trying to kind of balance the two out. He's trying to learn new things. Again, it's like he's getting this new information from spirit and from the spiritual world. Even if he wasn't previously spiritual, it's like he's getting this flood of new information. He's just trying to learn how to balance it all out. So that is the overall. And then we have the destiny, which is the Wheel of Fortune, clarifying that. So what it is right now is he's still in this up and down state. He's not sure which way to go. It's like, I want to go this way, I want to go that way, I want to focus on that, wait, no, I want to focus on this. And he's still scattered, like he's still very scattered in what he wants. And for this particular reading, I don't really see destiny so much as in, he's not really seeing the complete destiny in it. It's more of like the Wheel of Fortune energy, where it's kind of up and down. So he's realizing that things are happening to him. Again, he's not sure of, but his overall energy for January is definitely still on the balancing side. So he's not leaning towards one thing or the other. It's just still in a balancing state. So I don't think I'm going to take a clarification for that because it's pretty self-explanatory there. So the second is going to be the past. So where is he previously coming from? Not like way past, but sort of what's been going on that he's getting out of. Okay, so Three of Swords. So like we kind of said before, a lot of them may be getting out of karmic situations or karmic partners, and he's experiencing this loss of something that he knew to be comforting to him sort of in the past, or something that he just now realized isn't really serving him the way that he thought it was. So he's leaving it behind, and he may be hurting somebody. He may be hurting himself. He's leaving something behind that is, he doesn't really, it was difficult for him to kind of leave it behind, but it was a karmic cycle that he's coming from this place of darkness and of, maybe even he's been hurting. Maybe he's been sort of in a state where his heart has been hurting and aching, and he's but I do feel it's more connected to a karmic type of situation. And we have the throat chakra here. So he's learning to he's coming from a place where he wasn't able to speak his mind too. I'm just getting to right now, because if you look at the Three of Swords with the throat chakra, it's like he had so much pain. He's coming from a place of so much pain that caused him not to be able to kind of express what he's been feeling. So it's like he's been embodying this this overall state of heartache and of pain in the past, but it was coming from a place where he couldn't truly express himself. So it was pent up energy, pent up heartache that he's coming from. So maybe over the holidays, maybe before, mainly I think like last year, like the last maybe 6 months or so, he's been really stuck in a place where he hasn't been communicating with his divine feminine very much, and he's been hurting, but he's also been hurting her. He's also been sort of hurting everybody because he's been so non-communicative. Is that a word? I don't know. But he's been so he's not been wanting to express himself. So he's been very withdrawn, sort of not necessarily withdrawn as in having fun or meeting new people, because I think he has been doing that. He's been doing that a lot, but it's been more of a superficial thing, so it hasn't really held much meaning to him. He couldn't speak from the heart. Okay, yeah, I just got that. So he's coming from a place where he really could not express his heart. He could not express his feelings in a way that he wanted to. So this one is going to be his present energy. So despite sort of what the past was, where is he actually at right now? It's January 2018. Wow, so King of Pentacles. Passion ignited. So I think this is Ace of Wands. So the King of Pentacles, again, he's actually learning how to master the physical world, the pentacle world. So we know that his focus has been on the physical world and on his finances. He's been very caught up in work, and he still is, because this is the present. So he's still not ready to kind of dive into the spiritual part of it. He's not ready to kind of give himself to his divine feminine at this point, because his focus still, unfortunately, is on the pentacle world. But the good thing is that he's sort of mastering that. So he's kind of reaching maybe the end of this cycle that he's been kind of obsessed almost with, like pentacle world and material things, and passion ignited. So I think that Ace of Wands, it's like maybe some of the divine masculines are starting to reap the benefits of all of this work that they put into the material pentacle sense. So maybe they're starting new businesses, maybe they're starting a new career or something. And I don't really feel passion really. I mean, I think it's passion, but I think right now the passion is more geared towards the pentacle world. I'm going to pull a clarification for that. But his focus is definitely on the pentacle world, but he's doing really well. I think a lot of divine masculines are doing pretty well in that area. But it's that avoidance from communicating his heart feelings because he's been so focused on that. So can we get a clarification for the King of Pentacles? Sort of where is he at in his present moment? The Five of Pentacles, yeah. So he's been avoiding this. He's so scared of suffering from financial loss. This is the Five of Pentacles. So in this particular reading here, this I think will correlate to financial loss, like not succeeding in the material financial world. And that's been such a concern of his that he's really just trying to master the material world right now, because there's something that he can't face if he fails sort of career-wise or in the material sense. So he's not able to speak right now from the heart. I mean, that's where he's been, and now he's kind of like, it's like we're not really getting anywhere yet type of thing. So let's see what the future says. So this is the near future. 10 of Wands. And disruption, which is the Tower. So he's going to be reaching a point where he realizes that again, like he's been putting all of his focus so much in the material world, in in the King of Pentacles and Five of Pentacles, that he kind of is going to reach a point in the near future where he's going to, I don't want to say it's all going to come crumbling down, because he has been doing well in that sense, but he's going to reach sort of a monumental point where he's going to think like, I've been focusing so much on this part of it, but I've forgotten how to kind of listen to my feelings, or I've forgotten to be in touch with my other side of myself. And it's going to be too much for him. He's going to reach a point where it's like, all of this financial stuff that I've been doing, all of this focus on my career is going to leave me burdened. And 10 of Wands, it's like he's carrying the world on his back because he's trying to please people. He's trying to please situations. And it's actually not, he thinks that it's for his best good, but he's sort of just not seeing the depth in it again. So he's sort of, he's going to reach a point, though, very soon where he realizes that this isn't all that I want, type of thing. And he's going to reach his tower moment. And if he's not already going through the dark night of the soul, it's definitely going to be coming very soon. I think a lot of the divine masculines are kind of already entering that phase, but this kind of speaks to itself. It's like he has this epiphany about realizing that he wants more, and that he's going to maybe transition more out of the material world into a more spiritual world, which we've kind of already seen, but it's going to be more prominent. It's going to be like a snap, and he realizes that he's been carrying so much burdens that he doesn't really need to carry. So, ooh. So I'm going to pull I feel guided to pull an angel card for this, for the near future. Actually, this one. So, what is this tower moment about that he's going to be having? What is this burden going to be released from him in the near future? Cards are flying out everywhere today. What's going on here? Hold on. There we go. Okay. So, angels, spirit guides, give me some clarification regarding this tower moment that divine masculine is going to have. What is it really going to be about, other than releasing the material world? Remain positive. Okay, well, I think, sorry, it's bothering me. He's going to experience this tower type of energy, but it's going to kind of lead him in the right direction. Is kind of what I'm feeling too. Remain positive. It's like despite what he's experiencing, if he experiences this tower moment, it's going to actually lead him to something better. So like an epiphany. More positive energy is more of what I'm feeling. So he's going to be releasing a negative, sort of too much emphasis on the financial world. It's going to bring more positive energy into him in the near future. And it's funny now that I remember we got the Two of Pentacles as the first overall energy. So he's already starting to feel that imbalance, or that struggle to maintain the balance from what his heart is kind of telling him to what his head is telling him. So his head is telling him, and this is the Wheel of Fortune, so the Wheel of Fortune goes up and down, around and around. And his head is telling him, like, you know, of course with the financial part of it, but this inability to express himself is causing him this anguish because his heart wants to come forward. It's like he has all this pent up, yeah, and I just got that too. It's like pent up things he wants to express. I think I already said that, but it's like I just picture this like his heart is filled with all of these words and all of these things that he wants to express to his divine feminine. And it's like he's restricted. It's like someone is just keeping him pinned down where he can't really express it, and it's causing him to kind of like, it's almost like his career is like an escapism for him to not face what he knows to be true, sort of, regarding the divine feminine. So, yeah, but I mean, I think it's going to be lifted as we see. It's like he's going to realize this is too much and this is not really making me happy. So that's the near future. So the next card is going to be his obstacles and challenges right now, other than as we know. Okay, yeah, Ace of Swords. So it's like he desperately wants this new communication. He has all of these things he wants to say, but it's like he can't find the outlet for them. And he's struggling with trying to find a way to do it. And we have the crown chakra. So his obstacle too is that he's rejecting this spirituality. He's not open to receiving any divine guidance, really. I mean, he's beginning to on the spiritual realm, on a 5D realm. But as far as the 3D world, it's like he's totally rejecting it. He doesn't want anything to do with it. And I also got just now too, it's like he doesn't want to start anything that would be too much work or be too deep or be too spiritual. It's like he's rejecting a relationship with someone if it's too much work, like, you know what I mean? It's like it causes him to look inward too much, and he can't face that. It's like his crown chakra, he's getting all of this information, but he doesn't want to accept it. So it's just like, unless it's going to be an easy thing, like an easy flirtatious type of thing, he doesn't really want it. And these came in the obstacles position. So again, it's in misalignment with what he really in his heart wants. But that's how he's feeling. And he can't express his truth either. That's his obstacles. He doesn't even know how to go about it. And it could be too that he's beginning to like have these spiritual inclinations where he's having this sort of epiphany that he knows that he's in a spiritual relationship, but he doesn't know how to go about it. He doesn't know how to start it, type of thing. I'm going to pull a clarification for that too. So can I get a clarification for his obstacles and challenges being the Ace of Swords? Six of Wands again. We get this a lot. So the obstacle and challenge again is his ego. So it's like this this egotistical part of him that is still kind of reining him, and it's not allowing him to be open. It's not allowing him to be open to spiritual guidance and to be open to anything because he's still stuck in that egotistical thing. So until he clears his ego, he's not going to be able to open his crown chakra and to receive what he came here for. And he's not able to express his truth. So this is also, to me, I just kind of feel too, is like it's like he's being sent his truth. He's being sent things that will kind of be in alignment with why he's here and what he's going through and what he's experiencing, but it's just not getting through to him at this point. That's why it came up in the obstacles position. It's because he is receiving this guidance and he is receiving these new truths regarding whatever it is, regarding the divine feminine, but he's avoiding it still because it's an obstacle, because his ego is just still in the way. Ego and 3D world is still taking a priority. Okay, so let's look now at the outside influences. Kind of almost the same thing, but I want to know, like, you know, if it's related to karma or karmic situations. 4 of Cups. And partnerships and alliances. So what I kind of feel here is that he's being influenced by someone or something to reject his divine feminine at this point. So if some of you are like in a situation where you're not in contact, you're in separation, and you're in this push and pull, I think that he's being sort of guided in a different direction than what his heart wants again. But it's like people are influencing him, and I don't know if they're friends or family or if it's a karmic partner, but someone's kind of saying like, this isn't good for you. I don't think this is in alignment with what you want, type of thing, and it's causing him to reject his divine feminine, of course. But since this came as an outside influence, it's almost like he doesn't really want to reject her, but he's also getting this influence. And work, again, 3 of Pentacles. Work is taking the front seat. So this could also be like outside influence, as in work is causing him to not even think about it. And I just got to, you know, it's like selfishness. So 4 of Cups is about selfishness too. Like you're so self-absorbed in what you're doing that you can't even see the good in what's out there. And this is an outside influence. So it's like all of this work and all of this stuff that he has going on outside on his pentacle, his physical realm, is causing him to just be selfish, as if we didn't already know that, right? So it could be that, and it could also be, like I said, someone is influencing him. I'm not sure who it is, but I'm going to pull a clarification for that. So what's going on with the outside influences? Partnerships and alliances. Is there someone preventing him from cards? The 4 of Swords and the 4 of Wands. Yeah. Okay, so 4 of Wands is about celebration and marriage, and it's not always marriage, but it could be marriage and celebration, having a good time, rejoicing. But again, it's like this came up in the outside influences, so it's like 4 of Swords. Wow, you know what I just noticed? We got 4, 4, and 4. Wow. Yeah, 3 4s, all in the outside influence. And I'm not too good with numerology. I'm not sure what 4 symbolize. If someone knows, let me know. But what I'm feeling is like balance again. Like 4 is kind of like the balance between north, south, east, west, and we're in a compass here, and it's like outside influences sort of like pulling him again in different directions. So it's like I'm self-absorbed, I need to rest, but I want this, and it's like it's a jumble of energies. But Now I'm curious what 4 means. I'm not sure. I know 3s mean, like partnerships, like working together with people. So I guess the 4 is accomplishing that. So as an outside influence, maybe it's like, again, his focus is more upon making other people happy. He's trying to gain appreciation sort of for other people. That's what I'm feeling too right now. It's like in his outside influences, it's like he wants to portray himself again as a certain individual or a certain person to the outside world, and it's kind of there's a public image or something, or something that he's trying to keep up, and he's being influenced by all these new things or new people or new I think it's related to business more so. I'm going to pull an angel card for this one too. So clarify these outside influences. What's going on in January 2018 with the Divine Masculine's outside influences? Opportunity. Yeah, so, okay, he's being pulled in, again, completely different directions. So he's being shown all of these different opportunities, and this is his outside influence. This is why it's kind of not focusing on you, is because it's like I see this, I see that, I want this, and it's like he can't he can't sort of decide what it is he wants again. And it's a lot of it, I don't know if it's really due to other people, but I do think it's due to other opportunities. And I think it, maybe it's a mixture. Maybe it's a mixture of emotions, of material world, of karmic people, of, it doesn't even have to be karmic, it could just be he's having a hard time deciding what's worth his time and what's not worth his time. But unfortunately, I feel like, at least for this month, he's still being a little immature about his decisions. That's what I'm feeling too. So, yeah, his outside influences aren't really in favor of something on a deeper level type of thing. So he's still dealing with all that. Okay? His feelings for the DF, Divine Feminine, at this point in time for January 2018. 3 of Cups. Suffering and silence. 9 of Swords. Okay. Alright, you guys, so we got the 3 of Cups. That's 2 3s and 3 4s in the last 2 things here. So he's having a good time, I'm going to say. Not a good time. I mean, he's definitely not, it's not in his heart's alignment. It's not what he really wants. But he's kind of keeping things, again, at a superficial level. And he thinks he's having a good time. He thinks he's, like, portraying himself. Like, if you see him on social media or whatever it is, and he looks like he's having a good time, it's a face. Like, it's not really how he feels. Suffering in silence. So it's like he portrays himself one way, but again, on the inside, he's being silent about it. He's not going to tell you. He's not going to tell anybody, actually. He's not going to be honest with anyone. It's like, even if he's with his friends and family or whoever, he's not going to be honest about how he really feels because he's still rejecting this whole thing in the 3D right now. In the 5D, he's beginning to get it together. He's beginning to understand that there's something more to it. But in the 3D, it's like, I don't want anything to do with this because, again, he's operating from a completely different vibration in the 3D. So he's rejecting it. But when he's alone, when he's like laying in bed, he's not really able to sleep. And again, it's this whole insomnia energy going on. He feels it. But for right now, he doesn't act like he's having a good time. So since this came up as his feelings for the Divine Feminine, it's like, yeah, I would love to see the Divine Feminine. I would like to, talk to her. But I really would like it to be on a very light level. And he knows that she doesn't really want that. So he's just going to kind of avoid it altogether. It's not like he can come to the Divine Feminine and just say, hey, you want to hang out? Like, you know, on a completely casual level, because this connection isn't like that. And he knows that. And she knows that. But it's like he wants to have a good time, but he's retreating from it because he knows that that's not what she wants. But trust me, when he's not around his Divine Feminine or around his friends or family, he's feeling it. He doesn't want to admit anything. They're being very stubborn. It's like they feel things, they know things, they're being enlightened to things. They don't want to admit it right now. I'm going to pull a clarification. Get a clarification for his feelings right now. January. For the Divine Feminine. What is he really feeling? Aw, see? King of Cups. So it's like, again, it's like I'm gonna pretend like I'm having a good time and that I don't really care. But trust me, when I'm alone and I'm not like actually communicating with anyone and I'm kind of lost in my own thoughts and I can't sleep, I want to come to you with that mature romantic offer. This is the King of Cups. It's like he has all of these romantic, sentimental, tender feelings that he feels when he's by himself. But he's too busy out having a good time, and he wants to continue doing that. That's the thing, is like he's not yet seeing in the 3D that this isn't serving him in the way that it should. 3 of Cups. And I see a lot of, like, not for everyone, obviously things are different, but I see a lot of, like, drinking, maybe, like, again, surrounding him with people that aren't in his best interest or aren't in his alignment with who he is. So it's a lot of maybe toxic cycles that he's still avoiding. So he's still drowning himself in this to avoid his feelings. Yeah, that's what it is. Just got that too. He's gonna go out there and whatever it is, drink or surround himself with other women. Maybe not for everyone, but whatever the situation for your particular divine masculine is. But he's avoiding it in a way, in a lot of ways. But again, like, rest assured, he's in anguish about it. 9 of Swords and the King of Cups. So he wants to come forward with that tender part of him, but he's not ready, as usual. So, you know, even though it's a new year and things are kind of breaking through, he's not yet at that point in the 3D. So our final category here is how he sees his Divine Feminine. So when he thinks about her, how is he actually seeing how she is right now? Is it in alignment with who we really are? Wow, look at that. The Empress. So he sees her, he knows, like, that shadow. Wow, okay. This is This is just amazing. So, again, he recognizes that she embodies everything that he really wants, and he knows that. This is the Empress. This is like the perfect woman. This is like, to me, it is the divine feminine energy. It's like she's nurturing, she's loving, she's so feminine, and so she makes him feel whole, she makes him feel good, she makes him feel everything that he wants, and he knows that, and that's how he sees her. So that's really, I don't know, it's really sweet. It's like he sees her as this perfect woman right now. He's realizing that she's a strong woman, that he's no longer seeing her in that, like, you know how before it was sort of like he saw her as sort of like a mess. It's like now he sees her in a different way. He sees her sort of like she knows what she wants. She has her shit together. She's a real woman. And the thing is like the shadow again. So he also realizes that he's looking at himself. It's like he's looking at her. He sees her as a shadow of himself. He sees her as someone that he wants to see every day. She's got that too. He sees her as someone that he wants to spend his forever with. It's like he wants to look in the mirror and see her. He wants to see him. He wants to see her every day. For some reason, I just keep getting that. It's like he wants to be with her all the time. He wants her to be his shadow. He wants her to be his everything. So he sees her as a very strong woman who has faced all of her challenges, who has understood sort of all of her sides. So that's really beautiful, actually. So I'm going to get one more clarification and then... So how does he see the divine feminine other than the Empress? So we got 3 cards. Relationship dynamics, peaceful resolution, and motivation. So he sees her as a motivator. Again, like my other video, it's like she is his motivation. She's like this statue that just embodies everything that he wants in himself. Shadow, too. I just got that as well. It's like she embodies the traits that he really wants. And it's making him be motivated and striving towards what he really wants to achieve and what he really wants to be. And he wants that peaceful resolution with her. He sees her as very peaceful, too. He sees her as someone that he can kind of retreat to and that he can come home to or just reach out to and feel calm. Like he feels like she's his savior, like his when things get too crazy, he feels peace in her. So he sees her as someone who really embodies that. And then relationship dynamics, it's like he's realizing that this relationship does embody that. That this relationship indeed is something that he knows she wants and that he wants. And that is just so beautiful too. Like I just love that he sees her as the Empress. So things are definitely the beginning of January. Again, it's like the divine feminine is being seen in this really beautiful light. She's understanding herself and he knows it. And he's about to reach a breakthrough. He's about to realize that he doesn't want this anymore. He doesn't want this type of lifestyle anymore that he's been living. But it's just a matter of choosing the right opportunities. It's a matter of choosing the right direction for him, which he has to work on, because he wants a lot of things. It's like he's being very self-absorbed too. Like he wants the best for himself, but he's kind of ignoring the fact that she's there, and he thinks that she's kind of gonna be there. He knows she's moving on, but it's almost like he would rather take the loss of her at this point, at least for right now, to save face, like to not reveal himself too much. So the thought to him of like opening up his heart and of coming forward with this romantic offer is too much for him still. So he's going to say, no, I'm just going to ignore it. I'm going to focus on the material world. I'm just going to like focus on my job. And even though I know she embodies everything I want and she's the perfect woman for me, it's like I can't really see how she would want me. So, yeah. And then the last thing I'm going to do, and then I'm going to wrap it up, is I like to do this. So if you have a specific question, think about a specific question that you might have regarding your union or regarding your divine masculine. And I'm going to pull 2 cards and pull one from this angel deck and one from this one. And it's going to answer your question. So if you have a specific question in mind, think of it right now. And this will resonate with you in some way. So what do the angels have to say for your specific question? I love doing this because you always reflect the answer that you're seeking. So regardless of how many people this question is going to be for, it's going to resonate with you. It's going to resonate with everybody and me as well. So I have my question, and what is the answer to your question? Angels, what answer? Question. Spirituality and religion. Okay. Keep that question. We're going to get a second one to clarify it. So somehow that is the answer to your question. Maybe you have to read behind the lines a little bit, but it will definitely resonate with you. So keep the same question in mind. Let's see what the angels have to say to clarify that. Where are these cards? Angels. So something to do with, I don't know your question, but something to do with being surrounded by angels and knowing the answer to your question, understanding it from a spiritual point of view, maybe meditating on it, knowing that you're surrounded by angels and that you're being guided in the right direction. I don't know, you take what resonates with you. So, yeah, I think that was a really beautiful reading, actually. I think that the Divine Masculines right now are growing. I mean, they have that tender spot in their heart. It's just about getting to it. It's just about getting over that hump and releasing everything that aren't in alignment, you know. But he sees her for sure as the Empress, so that's a beautiful ending to the reading. So I hope you enjoyed that. I really like this spread. I'm going to do it for the Divine Feminine. And then, like I said, every month I'm going to get into the routine now of doing this spread and maybe, you know, some stuff that I add on for every month. So this is for January 2018 for the Divine Masculine. So this is what they're kind of going through right now for January. And don't forget the angels and the spirituality and religion for your question. Keep that in mind. So yeah, again, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. And again, let me know, reach out to me, whatever. I love hearing from you. So thank you.